New Amazon coupon change. Is live shopping finally taking off on TikTok Shop? A new way to update images by Marketplace. These stories and more on this version of the Weekly Buzz. How cool is that? Pretty cool, I think. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Serious Sellers Podcast by Helium 10. I am your host, Bradley Sutton, and this is the show that is our Helium 10 Weekly Buzz, where we give you a rundown of all the goings on in the Amazon, TikTok Shop, and e-commerce world. We give you training tips of the week, and we also let you know what new features that Helium 10 has that'll give you serious strategies for serious sellers of any level in the e-commerce world. Let's see what's buzzing. All right, let's go ahead and hop directly into news. We got a few news articles to go over today, some of them pretty interesting. Now, this first one is going to be from actually your Seller Central dashboard, in case you missed it. A pretty cool update that they are doing on coupons, which may be relevant to you, especially with Black Friday coming up. Cyber Monday, maybe you've got some coupons planned. It's entitled Percentage Off Coupons can now be applied on up to 5 items per order. So what's different? Well, before, if there was a percentage off coupon, we're not talking about the dollar off, like $5 off, but it was the ones where you can save like 10% off, 15% off. The customer could only use one coupon per order. So let's say, they had, from your store, 3 different items that they wanted to get, but each of them had a 10% off coupon. The customer would have to order that 3 times, like 3 separate orders. They couldn't add all 3 to the cart and have that coupon work. Now, when you create a coupon in Seller Central, you can select no for limit redemption to 1 per customer. Now that means the percentage off coupon can be applied to a maximum of 5 items per order. All right. If you select yes in that section, only 1 coupon is going to be allowed to order. All right. So again, for example, he gives an example here. If a customer clicks a 10% off coupon, let's say the offer price is $50, okay, and then they buy 3 of your items, they're going to be able to use the coupon on all 3 items in one shopping cart for a $15 discount total. Why is that? Well, if it's 10% off, it's a $50 item each one. That means it's $5 off. But again, we're talking about 3 items, total of $15 off. So again, a pretty cool update here. Keep that in mind as you're creating your coupons here in this shopping season and beyond. The next article, switching marketplaces now, is an article from retailbrew.com, and it's entitled How TikTok Shop is Reimagining Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Now, this is interesting because they're doing something a little bit different. Now, historically, a lot of the sellers, maybe I could say most, who are selling on TikTok Shop, they're probably selling on Amazon, the same product as well, right? Very rarely do you see larger sellers launching TikTok Shop only products that, they just came up off the top of their head and they're not selling it on other marketplaces. But now, TikTok, it says, wants to offer U.S. shoppers products from lesser known, smaller DTC brands that may not have the resources to operate on rival platforms like Amazon. All right, so that's interesting, okay? Now it's saying that new product launches exclusively for Black Friday will be on TikTok Shop shelves in November. Now, this is like some special new promotion that some TikTok Shop sellers are going to be able to participate in. However, according to this article, it seems like you're only going to be able to participate in it if you have a product that is TikTok Shop exclusive. In other words, not on Amazon or Shopify or Walmart or other websites. Now, this article goes on to say how there still will be special ways to participate in Black Friday, Cyber Monday, even for bigger brands or ones that are across platforms. But how many of you guys are shipping or selling on TikTok Shop these days? I've started it on a couple of my accounts, and it's going pretty well for not that much effort. So I think it's definitely something that you guys should consider starting on, especially if you're based in the United States. If you're based overseas, it's a little bit harder to get a TikTok Shop open. But let me know in the comments below how many of you guys are selling right now on TikTok Shop and how many of you are going to participate in some kind of Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals. Next article is going back to Seller Central. It's entitled Image Managers Country-Specific Features Give You More Control Over Visuals. All right. So we announced something like this before, but it's kind of like a reminder by Amazon in case you didn't know. Historically, a lot of sellers had problems when they're selling a product, maybe let's say in USA, and then they expand to the Mexican marketplace, or they expand to Amazon Germany, right? Or they expand to Amazon Japan. Well, Amazon would pull in the listing information, right? The images, right? And maybe the rest of the listing is translated, okay? But the images it's shared across the platforms. And sometimes you change your image in US, well, it changes it across, the platforms. Now, for those selling in marketplaces with other languages, you want, the images to be for that marketplace, especially if you're using infographics that have, words on it. You don't want, Japanese words, coming up in your Amazon Germany marketplace. So now Amazon's like saying, hey, we've got new country specific features in the image manage tool. All right. You can view and delete localized images that display in a specific country, such as images that contain text in the local language. So the new features in this tool are country specific image views. So you can view both global and country specific images in separate sections. And now an image deletion capability where you can delete country specific images directly from Image Manager to keep your library organized and up to date. So those are two like mini features, but perhaps this whole feature of this page is new to you, and you were just thinking that you could only edit your images with flat files or in the edit listing in each marketplace, and you were worried that the same image would publish across marketplaces. Make sure to check out your Image Manager tool, especially for those of you selling in multiple marketplaces. Next article is from Amazon itself, and it's entitled, Alexa is now available as a new supply source for online video ads for self-service advertisers. All right, there's been rumblings that there's going to be more of an emphasis on shopping on Alexa, especially if Alexa goes the generative AI route. But even before that happens, you can now, if you're advertising with Amazon DSP, you can now select Alexa as a video supply source. All right, so those advertisers, if you're running self-service online video ads on Amazon DSP, you are going to be able to see Alexa as an additional inventory supply that is checked by default for video line items. Now, one question you might have is, well, Amazon is costs per click, pay per click, right? When is a click recorded? Well, it says here it's recorded when the customer clicks on the auto playing online video ad on the Alexa home screen to launch the video ad in the full video screen view. So it sounds like if the ad just plays and maybe the person in their house is across the room, they just listen to it, they're still getting that view, but you're not going to have to pay for the click unless they actually go to their Alexa device and click it to expand the video out to full screen. For now, this is available only in the United States. Next article, also from Amazon, and it's entitled, Explore Amazon's new virtual holiday shop, an immersive 3D shopping experience that makes it easier to find the perfect gifts. That's literally for those listening in their cars or on the radio and not seeing this on YouTube, that is literally the entire title for this article. And it's, we've talked about this before and shown you how, some big, huge sellers have access to these like 3D storefronts, right? So that's what's happening, where there's going to be these virtual holiday shops that has 3D technology powered by Amazon Beyond that will showcase different products that buyers can buy. All right. Now, this is mainly right now for huge companies. It says items from sought after brands like Beats and Kim Kardashian, Kate Spade, Bumble and Bumble, Coach, et cetera, et cetera. So you can kind of like, for those not watching this on YouTube, it's like you're going into this virtual reality for a shop, and you're looking at shelves and different, there's like Easter eggs where their product offers are going to come up if you find the Easter eggs on the top of the shelf somewhere or something like that. But it's this kind of like virtual reality shopping experience. Now, the reason why I mention this, even though it probably doesn't affect 99.9% of us who aren't Beats by Dre and Kim Kardashian, et cetera, is that, again, this is kind of like a preview of what could be the future for even just regular sellers. Remember before, Prime Video and different advertising on TV and stuff was only available to like humongous, sellers. Services like AMC was only available to bigger sellers who are using DSP. A lot of the things that start off at the top level of Amazon sellers and brands eventually trickles down for the rest of us. And so, I could absolutely imagine a world where these virtual reality based shopping experiences are going to eventually be open to the rest of us. And then maybe we're going to be able to make a virtual reality like shopping kind of mall or mini room where we can have our products. Like imagine a spooky one where I can design it, and then there's coffin shelves on the wall that people can buy, and bat-shaped bath mats and all of our other spooky Manny's Mysterious Oddities products. What about you guys? How's your creative mind? Like, can you start thinking about how you would design your virtual shopping mall? Those of you who want to get a preview of how it's going to look, make sure to check out your regular Amazon app. Go to some of these big brands, and maybe you'll be able to see these virtual holiday shopping centers. Next article is from modernretail.co, and it's entitled How Live Streams Are Taking Over TikTok Shop. You know, for literally years now, the 4 years we've been doing the Weekly Buzz, we have been talking about articles and articles about how live shopping, different marketplaces keep trying to make it a thing, you know, Amazon, etc. And it just doesn't seem to take off in this country like it has in China, for example, where it is huge, booming business. But now more and more we're reading about perhaps, things are shifting, and it's mainly because of TikTok Shop. So this article here talks about a brand called BK Beauty. They hosted an 8-hour live stream. Remember, we did a 7-hour Meganar, a live webinar in Helium 10 a few weeks ago, where they're like, hey, we can do one better. We'll do an 8-hour live stream. And they did it at the brand's headquarters in Austin, Texas. And the 8-hour live stream ended up getting them $100,000, over $100,000 of sales in 8 hours. Is that worth the 8-hour live stream? All right, that is pretty amazing. All right, $100,000. Now, a couple of weeks later, it says that TikTok flew the BK Beauty staff members to their own studios, the TikTok studios in LA, to do more live streams. And then now TikTok gave them like this whole big fancy setup in order to live stream again. And then they ended up doing a 10-hour live stream. And that was so successful that it says BK Beauty has now made live streaming a key part of its e-commerce strategy, and they're going to go to the LA studio again for TikTok this month to do even more, Black Friday and Cyber Monday campaigns for live selling. But again, does this mean that finally, live streaming is going to take off? I'm still a little bit hesitant to say that. I need to see more success stories, but I have been hearing a little bit more rumbles around live streaming lately than, like, say, last year. Thanks to TikTok Shop. Those of you selling on TikTok Shop, are you doing live streaming? You don't have to do it in a fancy studio or go 8 hours live. Give it a test. Sign up for it and do a test. Maybe just in your own home studio, or you don't even have a studio. Just do it in your bedroom. See how it goes. Sometimes TikTok Shop buyers are kind of like open to genuine streams and videos. They don't need fancy setups all the time, but it's worth a try. I don't think you'll be able to get $100,000 in 8 hours, but let's see what you can get if you do live streaming on TikTok Shop. All right, last call. All right, for next week, just in a couple of days, on Monday, myself and Shivali and a bunch of other top speakers from around the world will be in Milan, Italy, for our first ever Helium 10 workshop there in Italy. All right. So it's going to be on the 11th, Monday, and it's going to be co-hosted by Avask. And you can get there by going to h10.me/Milan, h10.me/Milan. And it's going to be an all-day event. We're going to have lots of networking. If you want to save 50% on the tickets are already cheap. It's only like 89 euros, I think. But if you want to save another 50% off, use the code Helium50 upon checkout. It would be great to be able to meet you guys out there. I just talked to somebody last night on Instagram. He's like, let me book my flight and get over there. I'll see you on Monday. So if you guys are in Europe, I would love to see you in Milan, Italy on Monday. All right, that's it for the news this week. Let's go ahead and hop into our new feature alerts from Helium 10. Now, the first one is about follow-up. All right, so first of all, follow-up is a tool that every Helium 10 Platinum member and above has access to. All right, so it's not like something that's gated at a very high level. You can set up, guys, your follow-up for all your products to send automated review requests using either the Amazon request review or even your own custom email. But an important aspect of this is being able to measure, hey, how are your review requests working? Like what kind of engagement are you getting? Like how many ratings and reviews are you actually getting as a result of your outreach campaign? Well, the new feature is now you can do that in bulk. All right. So how this works is right here in your follow-up dashboard. These are the rating trackers that you can actually see. You can see how many reviews requested and then how many ratings you received. And so you can see your request and rating conversion rate, right? So now the new thing is go to your product ratings tab right here, and then you can do bulk the ones that are not active. So for example, I'm going to go ahead and select the United States marketplace, and I'm going to be like, hey, here's my egg tray is not active. I see here my large coffin shelf isn't active. So I just select as many as I can. You guys should select all, in my opinion, that all of your active products, and then hit enable product rating tracking. All right. So if you're new to follow-up, you're not going to be tracking any of them. All right. So make sure to go ahead and hit enable product rating tracking, and that will go ahead and start tracking so you can see how many reviews you're getting week by week, month by month, etc. Next new update is going to be for some of you Diamond members. All right. So we've been rolling this out little by little. Check your account. All right, guys. So if you have a Diamond account, check your account on the very top. Do you have something that says manage refund service? All right. So this is a new feature that is coming out to Diamond members. Before it was only our Supercharge accounts, but this is the Helium 10 version of being able to get you reimbursements and refunds from Amazon, but where Helium 10 is the one that's actually going to go in and set everything up for you. Like we have Refund Genie. You guys know about Refund Genie, where we'll give you the reports for lost and damaged items, and then you submit it to Amazon in order to get the money back. Well, with MRS, or Managed Refund Service, we're the ones who are going ahead and fighting with Amazon for you, filing those claims and arguing with Amazon trying to get your money back. And then Helium 10 takes a percent of whatever we find for you. All right. So those of you who have Diamond Plan, you're not automatically entered into this, but let me show you what you can do. You hit Manage Refund Service. Now mine is going to be already active, but what you're going to want to do is, if you have that, just go here. You can see in one of my accounts, I got $400 already back, and you're going to hit Setup Account. All right, so hit Setup Account, and it will like run you through the system. Again, we're only taking 15% of whatever we find. So like if we can't find any money that you're owed and we can't win any money for you, you pay us nothing. All right. So this is a new feature for some Diamond members. Eventually all Diamond members will have it later. So if you want to see if you have access to it, just go to your dashboard and see if you have Managed Refund Service there. All right, next up, let's do our training tip of the week. And this is a tool that sometimes I think people sleep on. We've had this tool for maybe 4 years now. It's called Market Tracker. All right. And this is available at all levels of Helium 10. Even if you have Platinum, Diamond, doesn't matter. I highly recommend setting this up for every single one of your product groups you have. All right. For example, I've got a product that is a bat-shaped bath mat. All right. So I set it up, and the first thing that I did was I set up the very specific keywords. Don't do broad keywords like bath mat. I'm sure I get some sales from the keyword Gothic decor, but that's very broad, right? I picked very, very specific keywords. It doesn't have to be your best keywords or the highest search volume. You want to pick the keywords that really define your product. So I did bat bath mat, I put bat rug, and bat bath rug, right? And then you put in your own products and those who you already know are your direct competitors. And then we set up the market. And then the reason why this is cool is the kind of things that you are looking at. First of all, is your market volume, right? So many people sometimes say, oh, hey, is anybody's sales down? Or I'm not sure if I'm doing really good. My sales are down. This is terrible. But sometimes if your sales are down, there's nothing wrong with that. Why? Because if your whole market is going down and your sales are going to go down, well, you're just staying with the market, all right? Your market share, your piece of the pie is what matters, all right? Your percentage of how big your pie is. Now, if the whole pie gets smaller, as long as your piece of the pie stays about the same percentage, you're not doing too bad, all right? So that's what Market Tracker can do is telling you, hey, what's the size of the pie? And then what is your market share? So like my market share of the bath mat market is 7.8%. And then over time, how is your share changing? I used to have 15% of the market. Look here, but now I'm only at 6.9%, 7%. So I'm losing market share, right? The other thing that this tool does is it gives me a heads up if there is a new mover and shaker that it detects in my niche. So for example, it's saying, hey, look at this bath mat. Do I want to track that? I'm like, yeah, that looks like a bath mat. I'll go ahead and track it. I don't have to be like trying to look for new products that are popping up in the niche. I don't have to be constantly refreshing my keywords. Hey, is there a new mover and shaker in my niche? No, Market Tracker is going to tell me. Sometimes it's going to throw me some products that it's suggesting that could be in my niche, but it's not really like, look at this one. Here's a Halloween bath rug, but it looks like Ghost or something. Is this my direct competitor? Is this a bat-shaped bath mat? No. So I'm going to hit ignore, right? But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and copy this ASIN, and I might want to go ahead and either, number one, think about it as a potential expansion to my product line. Like if I'm selling bat-shaped bath mats, maybe this ghost-shaped bath mat would hit my target market, right? But number two, I might test this in one of my ASIN targeting campaigns in PPC. Maybe a sponsor display campaign or a product targeting ad. Here's another one, a coffin-shaped bath mat. All right, again, that could be a potential new product for me, or at the very least, somebody who might be interested in the bat-shaped bath mat, they could be interested in a coffin-shaped bath mat. Maybe I want to go ahead and target this product in PPC. So again, this tool is super cool. It's been around for years, but I think a lot of you haven't been utilizing it. Make sure for each and every one of your product groups, go into Market Tracker, create your market, and start tracking how you're doing in your niche. Is your size of the pie increasing or decreasing? Who are the new movers and shakers in your niche? And what are some potential product line extensions? And what are some potential targets for product targeting ads? This tool can do all of that and more, but only if you use it. So make sure to get in there today and start using it. All right, guys, that's it for this week's news. We'll see you next week to see what's buzzing.